I put my trust in you, what will you do? Will you just step back? Will you duck it out? Will you be here?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today I'm going to tell you guys about the case that inspired the 2001 scary movie Jeepers Creepers. So this surprisingly happened in Michigan. If you guys don't know, I am a Michigan native. I am certainly a Michigander is what they call us. So yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about this crazy story today. And I was researching this case. I could not find this man's childhood for the life of me, so we about to just get straight into it. So today we're going to be talking about Dennis DePute. He was born June 13th, 1943. He's a Gemini, if anybody was wondering, in Stugris, Michigan. He was married to a woman named Marilyn in 1971. Marilyn DePute was born January 24th, 1941. She was an Aquarius, and she was born in Detroit, Michigan. Dennis was a property assessor, while Marilyn, she was a popular high school counselor in Coldwater, Michigan. So I just looked this up. Coldwater from me is about an hour and 35 minutes. It's not close, but it ain't far either. Y'all, I remember the first time I ever seen Jeepers Creepers. I think I was at least like 6 or 7. Like, I was very young, and I was fucking terrified. Like, look at this man's face. I'm about to pull him up on the screen. Like, imagine, like, his whole purpose, the whole purpose of Jeepers Creepers was he only killed you if you were scared of him. So don't be scared of this man or you won't die. Dennis and Marilyn had 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. Dennis became very paranoid and controlling, and that started to weigh Marilyn down. It was some tension, honey. He became very withdrawn and isolated and accused Marilyn of turning their children against him. Marilyn told her friends often that she was unhappy and wanted a divorce. In 1989, after 18 years of being married, Marilyn filed for a divorce. She wanted his ass gone. She told her attorney that Dennis was ruining her life and wasn't letting her make her own decisions. Dennis wanted to stay married, though the divorce was finalized December of that same year.
We can live forever.
Time.
Girl, you know.
Dennis was granted bi-weekly visits, but the kids was very reluctant to spend any time with him. He was also given access to the guest house to use as an office, but it's believed he used this to maintain control. Marilyn had later changed her locks to the house, but Dennis had always found a way to get in. She literally came home one day and caught homeboy just chilling on her couch, and that's what prompted her to change the locks. Easter Sunday, 1990, Dennis went to the family home to pick up 2 of their children. The youngest one didn't want to go, so he went inside, but his son began to stall him, and Dennis became very angry. When Marilyn spoke to Dennis, it pissed him off even more, so he grabbed her and started shouting at her. Dennis proceeded to push Marilyn down the stairs. He met her at the bottom of the stairs and started to beat her. The children are, of course, terrified seeing their dad do this to her mom, and they started to plead with him to stop, but Dennis just kept going. The oldest daughter ran to the neighbor's house to call the police. Dennis told the kids that he was going to take Marilyn to the hospital because she was severely injured. So y'all, we are about to fast forward just a little bit and introduce 2 new people to this story. Ray and Marie Thornton was driving along the Snow Prairie. As they drove, they were playing a game that they made up, trying to make words and phrases out of plates as they passed them by. As they were riding through the city, they seen a green 1984 Chevrolet truck pass them at high speed. So they probably like, what the hell? Marie won the round of the game when she saw GZ on the plate, and she made the phrase of, geez, he must be in a hurry. He was in a hurry indeed. Ray and Marie continued their journey to get to where they were going. It wasn't long until they saw an old schoolhouse and saw a man trying to get rid of a white sheet in blood. Marie noticed the vehicle parked in between the school and a large tank and realized it was the same Chevrolet that passed them earlier. Oh shit, it's starting to get real. Ray and Marie kept driving, trying to find a phone, and wrote down what she remembered of that license plate. They saw the truck once again, and it was following them very closely for miles, but eventually turned off to a road by a lay-by. Ray and Marie wanted to get more information so that they can give it to the police, so they turned around and went back to the truck. They honestly brave as hell. The police would have had to take what I had to give them, because ain't no way in hell I'm going back. No. As they passed, they saw a tall man wearing a white hat at the back of the truck with all of the doors open. The man started changing the numbers on the plate. Girl, I would have left as soon as I saw that shit. I can't even lie. The most chilling thing was, since all the doors are open, the couple could see on the passenger's interior was covered in blood. Hell no. No, ma'am. Ray and Marie got the fuck on and contacted the police. Listen, they did more than me. They went back. I would have been like, toodles, and contact the police with what I had, because fuck no. Police was already on a manhunt because of Marilyn's daughter running to the neighbor's house and calling the police. Y'all remember that? Yeah, so like the police was already looking for that man. So they knew that Dennis did not take Marilyn to the hospital. Like, this man, like, is crazy. The police sealed off the old school as a crime scene, and tire tracks at the scene matched Dennis' truck. The evidence suggested that Dennis killed Marilyn, and it was confirmed the next day when a highway worker discovered her body, and it was determined that she was shot once in the head. Dennis knew his ass was grass, so he went on the run, y'all. Like, this is crazy. Like, what made him do all of this? Like, was it just like the divorce, losing everything? Like, what? I want to know what's going through this man's head. Because something's not right upstairs. Something's not right up there. Y'all, I only laugh when I'm really uncomfortable. Y'all know this already. Over the next few days, Dennis' ass started writing letters to Marilyn's friends and family. 17 letters to be exact, y'all. 17. He wrote these letters to justify Marilyn's death. The letters were postmarked in Virginia, Iowa, and Oklahoma. In these letters, he ranted over his tricks and lies, writing how he lost his wife, his kids, and home, and how he was too old to start over. If you don't go to hell, like, bro, just leave. Just leave, bro. You did not have to do all this. Fast forward to March 20th, 1991, in Dallas, Texas. A woman came home and noticed her boyfriend's car was in the driveway instead of the garage. Once she got into her house, she saw her boyfriend, Hank Queen. I honestly can't believe she fell for this fake ass name. Like, what was she thinking? What was she thinking? He informed her that he needed to make an emergency trip home because his mom became very ill. Hank kept an eye on the Unsolved Mystery show while he was packing up all of his clothes, so he asked his girlfriend to make him a sandwich. He did this on purpose so she didn't catch his ass on the show, because he was on the second half, and it showed a man named Dennis DePute wanted for murder of his ex-wife. Hank drove off and said goodbye to his girlfriend. She became very suspicious of Hank, but couldn't put her finger on it. Anybody named Hank Queen, I'm already suspicious of. Like, be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. Later learned that Hank was actually Dennis. Her friend called the hotline and reported Hank as Dennis. In the tip, she gave them his license plate number and a guess of where he was going. Dennis was found 4 hours later doing a high-speed chase with the Louisiana State Troopers. They was on a chase for 15 miles. The sheriff had enough and was like, look, we gotta shoot this man's front tire. They missed the front tires, but they got the back ones. Dennis was riding for a mile, and he literally was riding until the wheels fell off. His car finally gave up and stopped, and he shot at the police. 2 bullets going through the windshield and 1 going through a window. The window was open, though. Dennis eventually turned that gun around and ended his own life. Y'all won't believe this shit, but this happened in a span of 5 months. Him killing Marilyn and shit, that happened in a span of 5 months after them being divorced. And he was on the run for a year. A fucking year. This man did not spend a day in jail, and he definitely took the easy way out, for sure. But yeah, that's what inspired Jeepers Creepers. Moral of the story, don't kill your spouse. What else? If you love something, it's okay to let it go. And just because If you can't have them, don't have the mentality that no one else can. Like, that, you're crazy if you think like that. Like, this story is so crazy. Like, all three of them kids lost their parents in a span of 1 year. 1 fucking year, because of the decision that the father selfishly made. And he definitely should have, like, went to jail for it. For sure. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.